Hello darlings, and yes, my resolution to upload more regular videos is going swimmingly. Thank you for asking. No, it's not, and I'm a terrible human being, and I'm sorry. Moving on. I have cut my hair, and it is glorious. I love it. It was the most terrifying decision I've ever made because I've always had really long hair and now my neck is breezy and I think it's fabulous. However, that is not why you're here today. You are here because you either, one, love LARP and want to see another video about me talking about LARP, or going, what the hell is LARP? What is this? What LARP? What is LARP? And I'm glad you asked. LARP is an abbreviation of what we call in our community live action role playing, which is where you dress up in kit and you become a character and you go out into real life places and you fight things and you can kill each other's characters, and it is fun times. It is mega fun times. If you know what Dungeons and Dragons are, a comparison could be, for example, this, but actually in IRL and not, you know, around a table. Another example is role models, or if you ever saw that one Supernatural episode. But you know, LARP comes in different shapes and sizes, and the only really way to really truly know what it is to either know someone who does it and is totally crazy about it, or do it yourself, because I can't recommend it enough. It is super fun. The reason for this video is last event, the first event of the year for Green Cloaks, my character died. Rest in peace, Prudence Delaware, and now I'm starting a new character, and I thought, not only do I have the chance to start on a new character, but I'm going to buy all new kit as well. So I spent a fortune and I've bought everything, the costume, new armour, new weapons, everything, and I don't regret a single penny. I'm not going to tell you how much I spent in total, because most people are like, that's more than I spend on rent, and I'm like, I don't care. I just don't care. So I thought, why don't I show you the stuff that I've bought? Costume and makeup, that is a different video for a different time. What is the most important thing about LARP is the armour and the weapons. That is the thing that when you ask newbies, if you ask people who are normies, that is the thing they're most interested in, is the weapons. It's what you hit each other with, and it's what you wear in terms of armour, what's supposed to protect you from these weapons. So I thought I'd do the video for those who are interested in LARP and just want to know what the fuck's going on, for those veterans of you that love LARP and just want to watch more videos about people who are crazy about it, and people like me, people who maybe haven't been LARPing at all, they're just getting into it, or people who have been LARPing for maybe 1 or 2 years and still getting into it. Maybe you're part of one system and thinking about exploring different systems. I'm on this journey with you. I have not been LARPing for long. I don't pretend to be a veteran. I don't pretend to be an expert, but I'm kind of documenting my journey in this, and I love it. It is the thing that brings me life right now. It is one of my favourite pastimes, and I want to bring it to the world, and I want people to experiencing it, and I want more people to enjoy the thing that I think is the best entertainment out there. You're part of it. Why not want to be a part of your own entertainment? Anyway, first things first, let's talk about armour. So this is what I call, and what we call, a gambeson. So it is made out of fabric. I got one with metal studs in it, just to, you know, look a little bit more badass. But this is what we call a gambeson. I'll show you what it looks like when it's on. Like movie magic. So, okay, I overestimated the size, my bad. I kind of went, oh, I'm so big and clunky that obviously I need something that will fit me and give me enough breathing space, and it is a little bit big for me, but it gets the job done. So basically, you probably recognise this type of thing if you watch Game of Thrones. Tyrion Lannister actually wears something very similar to what I have on. So there's a belt underneath, the kind of underneath my boopsicles, that kind of keeps it together. And yeah, so in terms of my particular system, because of the studs, I talked to one of the refs and it is cast in medium, but you have to check with your system whether or not something with this would be light or it would be medium. The studs kind of give it extra sturdiness so it can protect people better. The reason I bought this is because I wanted something that looked nice, but if you get nice armour, the nicer the armour, the more expensive it is. And leather armour, which I was initially thinking about, is super expensive. So something like this type level of quality would have probably been like £300-400, something that I would want to wear, something that looks cool, whereas this cost me 120. Yes, it's including postage, and I feel like I spent more money and I'm happy with it because I supported an Etsy person. This person makes them by themselves, so I'm like supporting smaller makers. But yeah, I'm super happy with it. Though I haven't said it before, I will link the link to the Etsy shop that I bought this and anything that I would recommend in the description. The only other thing is that the guy is from Canada, so it was really worrying whether or not I was going to get it in time, but the postage was actually really quick. But that was another reason why I spent more money. It's because I went for AirPost, because AirPost takes 2 to 3 weeks rather than shipping it by ship, which would have taken 9 to 10 weeks and then 2 weeks to make the damn thing. So, but I am super happy. I think, you know, it does the job. It looks relatively cool-ish, though it is a bit big for me. And it is super loose. Like, it's not constricting, so I feel like I can breathe and run and lift up my arms without too much difficulty. It's good, and I'm happy with it. So that is chest armour. Now, the other thing that is important to protect are your arms and your legs. So I got vambraces and I got greaves, and they match. The only thing with these is that they're one size fits all. So they're a bit big for me. But I've worn these. They fit relatively well in terms of the straps. It's a bit big in terms of where it lives on my leg, but it still doesn't look like I'm too small for it. This is a little bit big. The only thing that, if you are thinking about buying this and you are small like me, the only thing I can recommend doing is punching a hole and wrapping your arms with either bandages or some sort of linen, maybe using an under vambrace, which can be perhaps made out of foam, but that will be quite hot. It's completely up to you what you decide, but that will bulk it up so it doesn't slip and slide and rub. If I come a little bit closer, so it's metal studded, but it also is weaved. It's hard to tell on the camera, there we go. It's weaved leather. Now, it is super flexible. It's not like the hard leather that's like, almost like just unbendable. This is movable, it's breathable, and it wasn't that expensive. I just quickly checked the price, and these, in terms of British pounds, including postage, were 24. And the other ones, these greaves, which match, they are the same weave leather, metal studs, so they match really well, only 34. So I bought them from a German website, and I am the delivery was super quick. The quality is amazing, and like I said with the leather armour, it can be really bloody expensive, but with this, I didn't feel like it was too expensive. Not when you compare it to other leather armour, it's like the cheaper version of what's out there, but I think it's beautiful. I think it looks really nice, and it's good. I like it. I think I would prefer this than one of those like really ornate hard leather ones, because it's super flexible and breathable. So you're probably wondering what this is in the background. This leads me to weapons. So this is what we call a halberd. Now, if you know anything about medieval weapons, you will notice that this is the same height as me, if just a little bit shorter. Mainly because I'm very small. I'm not very good with LARP weapons. I tried last event wielding a polearm and it felt very uncomfortable. And then I was wielding an axe that was actually smaller than this one, and I felt much more comfortable with close combat than really super far away combat. So I went to Saxon Violence, again links in the description, who make stab safe. So this is a collapsible top, so you can actually stab. With most LARP weapons, you cannot stab. I will show you non-stab safe weapons as well that I've bought for this character as my kind of secondary weapons. But you cannot stab. But this especially made a collapsible foam tip, so you can stab. Yeah, it is beautiful, and it was custom made for me because of my height and because I prefer smaller weapons. So it's like, it's hard because I can't hide it all in the shop, but it is super pretty. He also like customized these buttons as well, because I thought it would be nice if there was some bronze in there as well. And the fact that it's stab safe. This is my first ever stab safe weapon, so I am super pumped, and it looks beautiful. Saxon Violence, 100% would recommend. Cost me £125 including postage. Now, If you go for their bigger weapons, they would actually cost something quite similar. This is the only reason this is expensive, because it's custom made. If you go for something that's tall, more money, smaller weapons, less money, because, you know, less foam, less time. But because this was custom made for me, it cost me a little bit more, but I would say 100% worth it. I fucking love it. I'm very happy with that. That was the halberd. So my first character is a sword and board, and I've gone for something a little bit different. Still sword. It is a small katana, a short sword. Like I said, I prefer close combat. And then a little baby dagger that is kind of like its matching twin. They are slightly different. One is gold, the other one is silver. So there is some differences, but still kind of Asian in style. And these are from LARPing, and oh my god, like, I've bought, my shield also comes from there. Would recommend. Like, it's good. And like I said, so this, though the tops are soft, they're not collapsible. These are carbon fibre, so these are not stab safe. You can only slash with them. And yeah, love them. I'm really happy with them. In terms of price, they came out to around about £34 and £29, which for LARP weapons isn't a lot. A lot of people might ask, why spend so much money on a thing that is just foam, carbon fibre, and something that's not even a useful tool? It's just something to use in a specific situation, like a toy. And then I'm like, shut your goddamn mouth. If you call this a toy one more time, I will smack you to high heaven. These aren't toys. These are, well, they are toys. As much as your car is a toy, as much as your TV is a toy, as much as that stupid watch that you bought just because it was the new gadget on the market. That's a toy. It's something that brings you joy. Why wouldn't you spend money on something that brings you joy? And there's a lot of craftsmanship that goes into these. You get really awesome stuff from these places, and they're totally great quality. Like this, I was so happy when the halberd arrived. I was just completely over the moon, like so unbelievably happy. And you know, these are amazing as well. So, you know, 100% would recommend. Again, everything will be linked in the description, and I will see you next time.